Welcome to Big Blend Radio with your hosts, Lisa and Nancy, editors of BigBlendMagazine.com.
Hey everybody, welcome to Big Blend Radio's Toast of the Art Show with Nancy and Lisa, the mother-daughter travel team and publishers of the digital interactive Big Blend Radio and TV magazine, as well as Parks and Travel magazine. Today's show, we're talking about what's happening for the winter season at DeGrazia-Gallery-in-the-Sun. It's a 10-acre historic landmark in the foothills of the Santa Catalina Mountains in beautiful Tucson, Arizona. It opened in 1965 and is home to over 15,000 originals of Ted DeGrazia art pieces, including his oil paintings, ceramics, and sculptures and watercolors. There's 6 permanent collections on display, and then there's also rotating exhibits. So we're going to talk about some of the current exhibits happening this winter. So that means if we're going to Tucson and we're talking about artist-Ted DeGrazia, we're going to have the Tucson dude here, Lance Labor. He's the executive director of DeGrazia-Gallery-in-the-Sun, and he's going to keep us up to date on all the great events. So welcome back, Tucson dude. How are you?
Oh, thank you very much. I'm doing good.
Hey, it's good to have you back on here. And winter gets busy for you around the gallery, I know, because I know visitation to Tucson is at its prime because of the beautiful weather. But you definitely have a lot going on. But for those, I always like to start this, for those who may not know about Ted DeGrazia, he really is an acclaimed artist in regards to Southwest art and the most reproduced artist in the world, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, he's
painted a lot, very prolific artist.
Mm-hmm. And so the gallery itself is 10 acres, and you've got the gallery where people go in. It's Adobe, and then you've got the Mission, and you have the little gallery, and also what used to be where he lived with Marion, his wife, who's also an amazing artist. But the inside of the gallery, it's super cool because you have those cholla cactus floors, and it's definitely, I recommend people go there even just for the architecture of the place. Of the gallery.
Yeah, no, the architecture is great. I mean, that's one of the things that's left out. People don't realize what a wonderful architect he was. Self-taught, of course, but everything on that property he designed is very beautiful.
And he had people help him.
Yeah, he had his Yaqui Indian friends and Tohono O'odham Indians help him. He had people show up and help him build, but he designed it all.
He's an amazing creative person who just did anything he wanted, painted in whatever he wanted, and sculpted with whatever he wanted. He did everything. One thing, the Mission in the Sun, this mission is, this is a Tucson landmark. Unfortunately, was in a fire a few years ago, but now finally is back open to the public.
Yeah, we just got it finished about maybe 2-3 months ago, and it's reopened. We're going to have a kind of a official reopening on December 8th, which is our Festival of Guadalupe. It's the one really big event we do every year. So we're expecting a lot of people, and Father Joseph Saba from Bisbee will be saying Mass at 9 a.m. So it's open to the public, and anybody who wants to come, please feel free.
Are you still allowing people to come and put things at the altar, like offerings and?
People can put stuff in the Mission, sure. One thing we're restricting is fire. We've got a candle rack now that only votive candles can go on, no longer on the altar. We can't afford another fire. That would be terrible. That would be devastating. So we're just going to do what we can to keep everything safe, and how do you stop Catholics from lighting candles?
Right, and at the same time, there's LED candles. Just saying.
Yeah, people can do those, sure.
Yeah, because those are really pretty cool. So La-Fiesta de Guadalupe. So this really honors Mexico's patron saint, right? That's the whole thing you do. This is every year you do this. So tell us about some of the activities. Domingo DeGrazia will he be there playing again with his music?
Actually, Domingo has I don't want to say he's retired from playing, but he's backed off a lot because now he's in the legislature and he's very busy all the time. So they've had to back off of their playing schedule. So this is the first year in many years that Domingo and his band won't be at the gallery. Domingo may be there, and he may play a little bit in the Mission during the mass, but that's still to be determined.
Okay.
Whether he's going to be there or not.
And the Yaqui Deer Dancers, are they going to be there?
The Deer Dancers hopefully will be there. I'm going to go visit them on Tuesday and make sure that they're going to come. We'll get that all set up. I'm sure they're coming. They come every year. So, yeah, they'll be there. We've got the Ballet Folklorico. We have the Mariachi Kids coming. And there'll be a couple of new entertainment acts to kind of fill in for Domingo and people who are not going to be there, who are usually there.
And everyone, you can keep up with all of the exhibits and the events if you go to DeGrazia.org. Also, if you follow the gallery on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, they keep you up to date, like on a daily basis, and show you art that you may never have seen and all kinds of fun facts. So really worthwhile following them on social media. But exciting because they also do like a La Posada procession, right, during this event.
Well, that's another thing. The Carrillo Elementary School did that for about 40 years, and then their teacher finally retired, and so we haven't been doing that either.
See, this is
well, maybe we'll find another school, I hope.
Yeah, because that's pretty cool. Yeah, I must be going off of something old here. Go figure.
Well, yeah, no, they used to. They always did the procession, Las Posadas, and then they'd walk around the grounds and go by the Mission, and then eventually come back to the main gallery, and then sing Christmas carols. And we have piñatas every hour for all the kids, and then for the Carrillo kids, the Las Posadas kids, we always had a giant piñata to end the day. So anyway, they're going to miss out on that.
Nancy, you want to go play with the piñata, or should we send Priscilla, the little sock monkey? Priscilla, the pink sock monkey, she should be a piñata. Oh,
nice.
Oh, poor Priscilla. Give her a big kiss for me.
Yeah, Priscilla, you know what? She's been resting up here. We're currently in Yuma, Arizona, and she's been resting up. And we've got some new, work for her. She has no idea what she's about to. We're putting her to major work because we think she's just been freeloading. As a travel mascot, you really need to go out and do things. And, I think she maybe hit the sauce too much. I don't know.
She's not pulling her weight.
No, not lately. I don't know what's going on, but we'll sort her out. But also at the gallery, we were talking about rotating exhibits, and you've got 3 exhibits that are on display until January 29th, 2020. Amazing, huh? When we get to say, this is 2020. What's her name? Should do the ball drop. What's her name? Barbara Walters. This is Barbara Walters. This is 2020. Sorry. Just thinking about that we're going into the year 2020. It's quite crazy, but so that'll be on this. These will be on display. You've got DeGrazia Paints the Jungle, and that goes back to when he was in Mexico.
Yeah, that was when DeGrazia married Marion Sherritt in 1947. They went down to Oaxaca, and he went down, they drove down there, and when they came back from their honeymoon, he had, I believe, 31 new paintings. So not only was he honeymooning, he was painting.
Wow. So hey, he's got, and she did her art too, so I'm hoping that you do another exhibit of her work.
Well, we will one of these days.
Yeah, she's awesome. She's awesome.
Yes.
And then DeGrazia downtown. So, he's known for his Southwestern art, but he went to like New York City and covered that.
Yeah, he painted downtown scenes in San Francisco, of New York, of pueblos, of Indian villages where people were milling around kind of down in the main street. And So that's that exhibit. It's very nice, a very nice exhibit. It's a mix of watercolors and oils, and then we have the Arizona Highways exhibit.
Oh, that's a big deal.
Yeah, well, that was in honor of DeGrazia's 110th birthday. Arizona Highways did a June magazine retrospective. And the whole magazine, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful magazine, and on display are a lot of the paintings that were in the magazine over the years.
I want to come see that.
Yeah, that's cool.
We have to come visit you before these exhibits go down. We have to come visit
It's been a while.
Yeah, and maybe you can sort out Priscilla.
Well, I'll have a talk with her.
I remember doing our live radio shows from the gallery and how you two behaved. Yeah. Just saying. Just saying.
That was when she would sit in Domingo's lap.
Yes,
That's
Domingo.
right.
See, yeah, I know. We are going to play some of his music just so people can hear his music, and we'll keep that going on our side here. The other part is the Little Gallery opens November, the beginning of November. So the Little Gallery. So what was the Little Gallery before it was a Little Gallery?
All right, so DeGrazia bought this piece of property in 1949, and he started building, and he built the little church, was the first thing that he built, the Mission in the Sun, and then he built his little gallery, which was just to the west of that. That was where he could work, where he could sell his art, and then he went and built his home next to that. So he had his whole little base of operations there, and for many years they worked in that little gallery, and then when they opened the main gallery in 1965, they closed it. They didn't really need it anymore. So in 1982, Mrs. DeGrazia, after DeGrazia passed away, decided that she wanted to help artists sell their work and get a name for themselves. And we opened it up for guest artists in, I believe, 1982 or 83. And we've been going strong ever since. I
know you've got your first artist coming in November 1st through 15th is Andrea Mendola. She does pastel work. And so all the different, so it's like every 2 weeks there's new artists coming in all the way through.
Right, there's 13 or 14 artists throughout the course of the winter. And everybody gets 2 weeks, and they get to show their work and sell their work, and it's usually very, very nice stuff.
I'm looking at it. It's got digital art, mixed media with James Burton and Clydean Troner. Joanna Pregon is acrylic and oil paintings. Suzanne Villela, and excuse me, any artist, if I'm getting your name wrong, because, I'm known for this. It's Champagne Sunday. Acrylic and mixed media. Lynn Sakeller Gekas, she's doing pencil and ink wash. Nancy, what's ink wash?
It's when you dilute ink so that it's not as strong, and it makes it more transparent, so you can see other colors and drawings behind it.
Oh, cool.
It's like a glaze, more or less.
I've never seen that, I think. I don't know. Robin Miller.
It's like you're using ink to do a watercolor, but it's really an ink color. That makes any sense.
Yeah. So it's almost like watercolor. Yeah. Robin Miller Bookout is doing watercolors and oil pastels. Man, oil pastels, those are hard. When you think about it, that's I want to see that. And Tana Van Isser as mixed media, as well as Jerry Niedermiller. Julie Rose is mixed media, and then Lynn Waldke and Muriel Timmons doing mixed media. So a lot of mixed media coming up. That seems to be growing, when you go to different art shows and exhibits. I'm seeing more and more of that. So that's always interesting. And that kind of goes right along with Ted-DeGrazia with his work, because you would call him a mixed media artist because he did whatever he wanted with whatever he wanted.
Yeah, well, he did a lot of different things: oils, watercolors, ceramics, metal work, enamels. Stained glass, goes on and on and on.
And his fame really took off with the card that he did. He was commissioned for UNICEF with the little girl. Yeah,
UNICEF. UNICEF took. He did a painting in 1957 called Los Niños, some children dancing in a circle.
Mm.
And UNICEF took that card and made greeting cards out of it and sold millions worldwide, and that really, really put him on the map.
You know, it's interesting too, because over the holiday season, I know Christmas cards, calendars, bells, ornaments. You've got, and if you are, you know, overseas or across the country and you can't make it to Tucson, you can go to DeGrazia.org. But I mean, really, when it comes to the holiday shopping, I love his cards because he has, like, you know, funny Christmas cards with, you know, really taking in the desert wildlife and angels, and I love his Christmas cards.
Yeah, Santa Claus riding on a road runner, stuff like that.
Does he have any with javelinas?
Not that I can remember, but you never know. It's there's a lot of stuff.
Then when you do the calendars, that's something that I know that is a big deal. Who puts that together and knows, like, okay, these are the 12 images we're going to use in the calendars?
Well, we kind of collaborate on that. Our graphic designer, Chris Hubbard, will think about what she wants to do. She'll design it. She'll, you know, ask me if I like these images, and, you know, we all kind of collaborate and decide what to use. And you know, we do a new calendar every year, and people love them.
And the little bells and ornaments. Christmas ornaments are cool.
Bells, right.
Do you have people that collect their ornaments, you know, every year get a new ornament?
Some people have been collecting those bells for 50 years. And
wow.
Yeah, no, it's that time of year again.
Yep. Ding, ding, ding.
Buying them again.
Ring those bells. Santa's on his way. And you know what?
That's
he does
right.
like road runners. I know. And you know, you can leave him cookies and milk, or you can leave him, you know, a bottle of Chivas Regal, and maybe Ted-DeGrazia will show up. You never know.
It's possible.
So everyone, again, you can go to the website, DeGrazia.org. Again, the DeGrazia-Gallery-in-the-Sun is located in Tucson, Arizona. They're also on Facebook and all those great online places, Instagram, Twitter, to keep you up to date on the exhibits. Also, we want to thank everyone for joining us here on Big Blend Radio. The best place to go to keep up with our shows is bigblendradio.com. We air on multiple platforms, from Spreaker to iTunes to iHeartRadio, TuneIn, Stitcher, a gazillion places. So just go to bigblendradio.com. Our interviews go live Sunday through Friday. And of course, I said we're going to play some music for you. And this is Strollin' and Singin'. It's by Domingo DeGrazia, and it is featured on the album Please Remember Me, which also features music that was written by Ted-DeGrazia. And you found those manuscripts, right? That's how that whole album. Yeah.
I did. We were searching through our archives and came across that handwritten music and pulled it out and gave it to Tucson Jazz Academy, and they arranged it and made a CD, and it's been very successful.
It's a beautiful album. I know our listeners enjoy the music a lot. So everyone, here it is, Strolling and Singing. Thanks so much, Tucson dude.
Thank you, guys. We'll talk to you soon.